I recently put up a video about the concept of DARVO, where I said this. There are a few people in my life where, when I bring things to them, they will inevitably tell me that I am doing that thing to them. So after this happened to me last week, yet again, I went to AI, I don't remember if it was ChatGPT or Claude, and described what happened to me and asked AI, can you give me some insights on what this could be and also how to handle it? The AI spit out to me that what I'm describing involves several psychological concepts, but the second one is something called DARVO that I'd never heard before. It stands for deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. It is when someone who is confronted about their harmful behavior responds by denying their behavior, attacking the person who brought it up, and then reversing the roles to position themselves as the victim and the actual victim as the perpetrator. I had never heard of this term until AI responded to me when I described just what had happened to me and told me it sounded like DARVO. This comment stood out to me. I wonder if this lady is legit or if she's one of those people that accuses people of the thing that she does to them. I responded to them and I said, wow, that would be really meta and diabolical, wouldn't it? And I guess there's really no way to know. Stay safe out there. And I thought this was a great opportunity to make a video sharing some of the things that you could be experiencing if you have been persistently DARVOed. Number one, paranoia. This comment, I'm not saying they're paranoid. I'm saying if a person has experienced trauma from constantly having things reversed on them, they could validly be hypervigilant and scanning and develop some sort of paranoia. I would say that the two main people in my life who have DARVOed me both have backstories of potentially being DARVOed themselves and therefore are extremely hypervigilant and paranoid people. I don't think I ever picked up the paranoia to their level, but I definitely became anxious and hypervigilant. But I won't be paranoid because I still have hope for something good to occur. The second thing that can happen is cognitive distortion and disorientation. When you come to someone with your harm or your hurt, you assume that they're going to address it. When it is not addressed, that can be extremely confusing and disorienting. Not only that, when the person then flips it back on you, even more disorienting. I used to call it the funhouse. You know, in a funhouse, they have those curved mirrors where you kind of lose your bearings and you don't know where you are. And absolutely, if you are experiencing disorientation and cognitive distortion, it could be a result of DARVO. Another thing that I have experienced and that you could be experiencing is pretty significant stress and anxiety responses. As I said, it is super disorienting to have your reality constantly challenged and go to someone expecting them to address a harm and have them flip it back on you. That can cause so much mental load and so much emotional load that you can develop things like depression, hypervigilance, stress responses, PTSD, many of which I have diagnoses of. And the last one I want to cover, I'm not sure what to call it, but I'll call it the fear that no one will believe you. One of the ways I know that I am healing is in the past, this person's comment would have triggered me into that severe fear that no one will believe me. And the reason that I developed that fear is constantly having my reality questioned, right? So until recently, I was really working through the fear that I was so disoriented by the DARVO, apparently, and other things that have happened in my life that I didn't know if up was down and down was up because somebody was telling me that down was left and triangle right circumference croissant, right? You could become stuck in a harmful situation because you're disoriented. You don't have the cognitive or emotional load to even gather your thoughts and say it to anyone. When you have gathered your thoughts and brought it to someone, the DARVO person, they flip it back on you and question your reality. And therefore, you don't think anyone else is going to believe you. If any of this sounds familiar to you, I just want to validate that has happened to me. And it does happen and it is a real thing. And I encourage you to research DARVO and resources. I don't have any myself because it's a new term for me and I'm just working through it. But I wanted to share this and I will continue to share this because healing and wholeness should be available for everyone. Stay safe out there.